Hey Texas, just waiting for my iPad to load here, just a sec. One second. There it goes. Hey Joey, hey Texas. Sometimes my iPad causes me grief. Oh, I gotta fix my camera. There we go. Bring it in a little closer because we're doing some engine work today. So I've been running around trying to do lots of stuff. Trying to get ready for today. All right. Hey RPM, hey Native. Which engine should we start with? Should we start with the Protec? Or should we start with that LRP that blew up last week? Where did I put that thing? Oh, here it is. I don't know if anybody's ever had this before, but this LRP carburetor, the insulator let go and it's stuck in there. Hey Joe. Yes, happy Sunday everybody. I don't know what that's going to be like to try and get out of there, but hey WBL. That 10T that Joe has that's a good kit. I'm glad that he got that. I don't run. I'm trying to make my collection similar, like so. I'm trying to stick mostly with 1/8 scale and trying to stay away from deviation too much for the 1/10. So one day I wanted to send Joe a kit, so I decided that low C10T was something that he wouldn't see much in his end of the world. So that's why I figured that'd be awesome to share the wealth. I got that one for a screaming price from when I picked it up. It was one of those deals where it's a fluke deal that I picked it up for. So this poor LRP, it has seen, I think, 6 different kits that I've had it in, and it's had some use for sure, and it's seen some stuff. It started out in a Revo, and then it moved around from there. I always wanted to try something. Nope, I don't get as lucky as John. Not John, Todd. Todd has a little tool that he sticks in here and pushes up on the sleeve and it comes out that way. I never have that kind of luck. See, now I need a nut for that. Second. So you can see there's like next to no resistance left in this whole thing. She's had the biscuit. So what I do is I feed a little bit of this coated wire in here and then bring it up so it pinches in the exhaust port. And then usually if you turn it, it'll push the sleeve out without hurting the sleeve. Or it'll cut it off, one or the other, depending how wore out it is. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes not. Hey, pimp. And the zip tie trick never works for me. Not for a really wore out one. Because it gets pretty sharp in that bore. There it goes. See? Just like that. And then the copper wire and whatnot doesn't hurt anything. Sometimes you got to pull it back down just to pull the pieces out. Well, I bet you that weed eater string does work good. But I just find I have giant rolls of this mechanics, this automotive grade wire. It works so good, and I've never damaged one yet. See this bottom end bushing is trashed in this. Yeah, I've tried the zip tie trick too, WBL, and it never works for me. I've never had it work, especially if you got an engine that's gacked out pretty good. Then the sleeve is pretty sharp, especially on the exhaust port, and it tends to cut the zip tie before you do anything. I'm not super duper worried about saving this thing. See? Yeah, that's what I thought. See, it's pretty wobbly. She's done, and what was happening is, believe it or not, it wasn't the pinch that was killing it. It was the fact that this was traveling up too far, and it was nuking the glow plugs all the time. Surprisingly, there's still decent pinch in there. I didn't think there was any, but that's as far up as I can push that. So that's surprising. I thought that thing was done. Bearings are still good. I might be able to stick a connecting rod in that thing and it'll live. But if I'm going to do that, I might as well put a piston and sleeve in it. I just can't believe the cost of a piston and sleeve for this LRP stuff. Like, I looked at the cost of it and it's pretty pricey. I imagine leather would work not too bad too, But if you're like me, Pimp, you've probably got hundreds of feet of this wire kicking around because you run an automotive shop. It's just really easy. You grab like a 20-foot piece of it, you'll be good for life. And like I said, I've never had it damage a sleeve. Like you just seen, I did that, and then there's not a mark on the sleeve anywhere where I did that from. I did not think that that would be that decent yet. Huh. Interesting. And like I said, if you feed it in one way, just into the exhaust port in this way, like this, just so it's through the hole. Don't shove a whole bunch of it through like that. You just want it just in there, and then bring it up and then pinch it in there, and then it'll come up with the sleeve. And if you get one that's real bad, you just fold it over like that, feed it in there, and then feed it over, and then let it bring it up, and then it'll fuck the wire, but that's okay. I'm just going to throw that in there just light, just so everything stays together. And then I'll put this aside. Yeah, I didn't think that that would be savable, but I think that's salvageable. I will put that aside. Because that's I took well, the carburetor's toast, so I actually got to get that insulator out of there. That'll be fun. I think I should have done that before I put that back together. See if we can get that out of there. Now that crank's out of there. I think I might be able to walk that out of there with an easy out. I'm gonna try that. There we go. Come on. It started coming out. Trying to not push it too deep so I don't hit the block. I should just break it. I'm obviously not saving this because I send tools flying everywhere. Let's see if I can find a bigger easy out. It's turning. This insulator is part of the carburetor on the bottom, so it's not supposed to come off the throat of the carburetor. There it is. Got it. Yeah, that's not supposed to come off the throat of that carburetor. Yeah, that's supposed to stay with it. I have had zero luck with these X-Tech carburetors. There, I'll just put it back on there, then I know where it is, but yeah, that's not, I'm not putting that carburetor back in anything. That's gonna go. That is now parts. There. Because I stuck a Novorossi carb in that that ZX30, and that thing works like a champ. I just like to stick my stuff back together before I put it away so that I don't lose the pieces. You know that connecting rod will go on easy. My fingers decide to want to work. Geez, oh man, I stand corrected. Came apart easy. There it goes. There. There it is. There. Now I don't have to worry about losing parts. I just leave it together that far. I'll bag that up later. Easy outs are a godsend sometimes. These things are worth picking up if you ever need them. They're good. Well, that answers what was wrong with that. Now, the Nitro Addiction sent me the piston and sleeve, basically this engine in pieces. So because this engine is just low on pinch. It doesn't seem to want to hold a tune worth of shit anymore. So John sent me the piston sleeve. We did a bit of a trade there. So I figured between his and mine, we can make one out of two. I think this might have flat plate screws in it. Yep. Anybody that works on Nova's lots, and if you're a tradesperson, go to an electrical supply store and buy, these are terminal screwdrivers. These things are the best for pulling Nova Rossi screws out. They fit in the holes perfectly. They don't slip. See, you can put lots of torque on them. And they actually make decent tuning screwdrivers too. Now that I say that, I just broke that one. Come on. Oh. Those are in there. Maybe I just broke my screwdriver. I was just talking it up. Man, those are in there. I torqued the end of the screwdriver I twisted. And this one I broke off. Wow. I do hate that they use those screws. There we go. I hate using my tuning screwdrivers for that. I've never broke one of those before. I bet you I've taken 20 engines apart with those screwdrivers. Never broke one like that. Those were in there though. Oh well. We had buckets of them at work. There we go. O-ring head. And then it has Phillips screws for the back plate. don't remember. I bought this engine. This particular protec came in an eBay purchase, and my hot bodies buggy, and it would never hold a decent tune, and I couldn't figure out why. And then John had the same problem with his, and turned out it was, I think it's just low on pinch, because once it's hot, it's got like nothing. You got a pretty good oil film inside. All right. So this one's going to come out. Almost. Came out most of the way. Nice thing with doing it with the wire is that the brass pieces of wiring doesn't hurt anything. Or copper, I should say, not brass. Yeah, Poppy's just out in the backyard in the sun. It's finally nice and she's enjoying it, which is nice. I think it's going to need a bit of a double over method. Come on. Came out a little further. This one in there. I seem to remember trying to get this one out one time before, and it caused me all kinds of problems. Ugh. I will get it. I want to get my son to print me one of those sleeve removal tools on a 3D printer. I don't know if anybody's seen those, but they're pretty cool. So if you got anybody that does 3D printing, they can make those. They're like a little, they almost look like a key ring. There we go. Come on out the rest of the way now. that is tight. Like I said, I seem to remember trying to take this one apart before and had all kinds of grief. It's like almost there. I might in a sec here, pimp. It's like right there. Just want to try and get it to push on that lip. Just a smidge. That didn't sound good. Beat it up now. Screw you, Pip. I'm getting gloves. Who? Nope, not hot enough yet. Yeah, all aspects. Come on. Whew. I hate grabbing these with pliers. I do not want to do that. I know this sleeve is no good, but oh, now I've done it. Oh, now I've done it. Oh well, now I'm committed now. She's part way in, part way out, and stuck. Oh, shoot. Oh, well. Here goes. I hate doing this. Just cringe. There. Whew, it's warm. Well, no damage there. I didn't even actually, I thought I was gonna fuck that sleeve up, but I didn't. This is the one I got from John. I think I'll give it a little bit of Scotch-Brite on the outside while that cools down. Whew. Where's all my Scotch-Brite? At least I won't be. That's not hot now. What's a horrible kid? That snowmobile? Where all my Scotch-Brite is? Oh, this is a 1,000 grit. I'm just trying to take some of the scale off the outside of this liner where I cram it into that hole. Flush that out a little bit. That's better. Nice and clean in there now. You know, you can't win them all for some nitro kits. I have one of those XRCs, and there's a reason it's screwed to my ceiling. That's weird. This piston sleeve says no veracity right on the rod, and this one that John gave me does not. Of course, I'm off by just that little pin difference. Dang it. Just a smidge off. To get it to drop into that, onto the pin. Like literally a fraction. Has to turn just a millimeter that way. Yeah, I feel you, Pimp. I'm feeling that to my core. There we go. It doesn't seem like it's still down far enough. I think that has to go flush. That might be. Still seems like I'm off just a tiny bit. Try that one more time. It's just that ever so slight. But I think that's supposed to go down there further than that. I should be lined up. Yeah, I think that's her. Definitely, this piston sleeve definitely has more pinch than that other one. That's for sure. I like how John's head button has no veracity on it. Mine did not. WBL, I think you need a bigger mill than that thing. I think you need at least a 28. I think the 21 may just not have quite enough torque. As you can tell, once it gets wound out, it does pretty good. But until it's wound out, it's a little bit slack. Ooh, that's good now. Lots of pinch there now. A big red would be good if you could find it. I think you'd be happy with a good 28. I don't think you need to go much bigger than that, or a 30. Actually, I was on Lutz's website and they got some of those 27s in stock. That thing would be a beast in that thing. Except for, I don't know, I think that's a bump start engine. They do have some of the black 28s on eBay in stock. Oh, listen to that. That's pretty good. There. Nice. A little bit of fuel down the carburetor, or a little bit of. I got another buggy coming to me next week, so I'll throw this in there next week and give it a test run and see how it does. Sounds promising. I marked that up. There. That's done. Anybody see my unboxing video the other day? This one I got from John. Isn't that nice? Check it out. Can't wait to get a good buggy to put that in. I love these Alpha engines. They're just such quality. For a Taiwanese company, they really make a nice engine. Now I've got just about every color. And like I got that one, and I got the orange 27. That's in the other. That's in my other one, and they are great. Alpha's not OS. Alpha's its own company. They're very similar to an OS, and I thought so too. But then when I started doing some research on it, it's actually a Taiwanese company, and you can definitely tell when you read the manual, because the English is not so good. There. I would, and put the SH28 in the Savage X. Yeah, that's a solid plan. The 427 and the 454 are both great engines for that LST. They're not the highest revving, but they're very torquey. And that thing is heavy. The LST is heavy. This is what I put in the ZR30 is what I put in this after. After that LRP give up the ghost. And then I'm going to trade this with Harold next week for he's got a Kyosho buggy that he wants to trade me for it, and it's a model Kyosho buggy I don't have. So you know me, I can't resist a buggy. I love a good 1/8 buggy. I've got a few of those 427s and 454s in truggies, and they're awesome in a truggy. I laugh. So there's a kid down the street. I was out running RCs the other day, and he came by and he gave me that to put on my antenna. So I thought I put it on there as a joke, and I think it's kind of funny. Just a little guy, and he came and he really wanted me to have that, so I put it on my antenna. So cute. MC8, I don't know if I've seen you in here before. Welcome. Is it somebody that I know with a different name? I'm sorry if I missed it, but really have anything. You know what? You know what, guys? I have a buggy. I could throw that protec in. I think they're the same thing. WBL. Oh, hey, Floyd. Okay, buddy. That makes sense. I was just like, do I know who this is? Where is it? There it is. So I have this Hyper 8 that I have this Pico engine in it, and this is a Pico on-road engine, very, very vintage. I hate to run it because it's like an 8-port, and it's built more. It doesn't have a ton of torque, but it screams to the moon. And I'm tempted to take it out and put either that protec or this Reds in there. What do you guys think? The Reds? This engine actually came from the Bug 404. Luke sent it to me a while ago. It was brand new. I actually had to break it in. And this is a engine from the 90s, early 90s. It looks funny because it's got such a tiny head on it. And it's got a 6-bolt head. It runs really good. I just don't want to, I don't want to overdo it with it. It was the spare for my pan car. And then when I traded the pan car to a hybrid, and which I've never seen him show on his channel yet. I know he's still struggling to try and find tires for it. But I've always been scared to run this because if I blow it up, you're done with it, right? Yeah, exactly. Floyd, these engines love high RPM, but they're not the best in a buggy. I mean, it does okay. She's a little lazy on the bottom end. I think there's a, what size bell is on there? Probably a 14 or 15. I had to keep it fairly low because of the engine not having a ton of torque. That's a great view there. You're looking at my arm. I should probably fix that. All right. It's a nice clutch in this one. I know that. I think it's a red clutch, I believe. All right. So you say the reds, eh? This one's been raced by John, so she's got a few love bruises on it. It's a 13 tooth bill. I stand corrected. I love these ones because you don't have to put clutch use. And they captive the nut, so they pull the whole thing comes off just like that. I know I even had to retap the crank in this one to accept a different, a standard bolt. Because you can no longer buy the bolt. I'm not a huge fan of putting giant clutch bells in my buggies. They're meant to have a lower bell, not a super duper high one. Some people put like 17s. The only time I do that is if I put a big block, like a big engine in a buggy. That's the only time I like to do that. Just because then they're not meant to run that high. Click, exact torque. I probably should Loctite that before I put that in there. Man, I got blue Loctite everywhere. I just was like looking. Oh, does it? How about this one? Perfect. locked in on my finger. Okay. Oh, there we go. Ooh, nice red colored carb spacer. Okay. That'll look good in there. He's going much easier on this engine than the other one. I think that spacing was just slightly off. Where'd that go? Right through. If this works well, I'll take these back out and give it a Loctite when I put it away. Test it first though. I may have to back those engine mounts off just to be able to get these screws to start. They don't want to start on this side. They're two on these Hyper 8s. They're two individual mounts. Right in. There we go. We're gonna have to reset that gear mesh. Come on, give me a little bit. Just need a smidge. Too much. Still too much. There we go. Too much still. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Love it. Just a nice tick. Perfect. Now, it's the Reds R5R, yeah. Now, I got a nice other treat to go on this instead of that other pipe. Instead of this one. Put that over there. I have a Reds pipe to put on it. That should be that one. Let me see if we got the holes right. These are not springs for this. Did he not give me springs for them? That's okay. I think I have a set of them somewhere here. These are the springs for the header to the engine. Actually, you know what? I should put this header on it. Just because this is actually the header for this buggy. I think I might not put this Reds on there. This hyper header is actually the one for this buggy. Which pipe is that, Floyd? This is the. I can't quite read the number. I don't know. The number's kind of messed up on there. Now for the fun part. Fishing these little springs on there. That's on there. Now. I wish I didn't break my spring tool. I was a little overzealous one day and broke it. sides. Make sure that's in there all the way. That in there. Yeah, and cut that zip tie. Man, this is working out really good. Take that throttle linkage up. I'll do this before I get sidetracked and forget. Because that's me. Usually I forget something. There we go. Now, carb linkage. This will need to be adjusted, I guarantee it. Because that Pico had a really weird carburetor on it. Should have put this spring on first. Getting ahead of myself. My throttle return spring. There. Now, air filter. That will need a new zip tie. I'll get one. I imagine John had this set for 30%, I would think, if he raced it. Now, test the electronics. And then, we'll see if she'll light up. A battery in it? Yep. That would probably be in my buggy radio. What would I have called this? No. No, hot body. Hyper 83? That's weird. I'll go with that. See if that works. I just gotta adjust the knobs. They're way out. Which I'm not very shocked at. I said, that Pico has a really odd carburetor in it. Ooh, I think I gotta adjust that. Take this off. I put a bunch of spacers in there for some reason or another. Oh well, I wasted that zip tie. I don't wanna. I put a bunch of spacers in here, I think because that Pico carburetor was so strange. Take that off. Slide this off of here. Take these two spacers out of here. That would be why that knock is missing a set screw. I probably did it for a stopgap. So I'll find a set screw for that. There it goes. That's definitely wide open. We gotta back that brake tension off a smidge. Gonna put itself through the floor trying to stop, I think. I'm gonna change that knock, I think. I don't like that. I'm gonna put a proper one in there. Turf that one. I think I built this throttle linkage from scratch. Just this one, I bought this one for parts originally, and then I ended up putting it together. Come on. There's a little burr on this rod. There it goes. Pull that off. Dang, I'm just dropping everything. All right. There we go. That looks better. That looks more bester. You guys still with me? Or am I just talking to myself? Okay, now I'll break it. Set that throttle trim back a bit. There we go. That's better. Okay. Put the screw back in. Big thing, I want to make sure that's returning to idle. There. Now, I think I'm going to trim this rod off because I got a feeling it's going to poke the body. I just have a feeling it's going to cause me grief. Oh, that's better. Brakes are nice and loose. Oh, managed to salvage the zip tie. There. All right. Everything looks pretty decent. Can we see if it'll run? Thanks, John. What do you figure, guys? Should we see if she'll light off? All right. Let's see. Screws are in good places. We'll give her a bit of heat, I think. This is a Hyper 8. Buggy. A little bit different, for sure. This is a race kit that they built for Micro built in the early 2000s. You take it for a rip. pipe's hanging out the side. I guess I better fix that. But shut that off so I can fix that pipe. I had a feeling that was going to happen. That's okay. That's an easy fix. I bet you one of those side springs popped off. I'm sometimes not the biggest fan of those things. Let me fix that quick. See, she's kind of hanging out there. Popped off of there. That side spring popped off. She's gone. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. It's probably hotter than shit. Take this little spring off the side. Yeah. Didn't get that tightened up at all. You've been looking for a golf cart? I restored this one that's behind me, pretty much from the ground up. It's got a new engine. Well, not new. I rebuilt the engine. It's got all new brakes, uh, all new wiring. Um, I've been through everything. Painted it. Okay. See if I got another side spring. I know I haven't. The age-old question: where are they? Here, a full around, wrap around exhaust spring. I'll just swap it over. Ooh, without stabbing my finger with the spring. That'd be lovely. One side. Man, I got that one first try. There. Those never come off. Them side springs, I find happens lots. There. I'm gonna have to pull some of this preload out of the rear. She's pretty darty when you're driving it around. There. Oh, and I lost an exhaust coupler spring to boot. Jeez Louise. No, they're all there. Never mind. There we go. That looks better. Still don't think that's good enough. This front. Seems to keep wanting to pop out of there. I know what I'll do with that. I'm going to put a knock on the top of it. Hey, Otis. Sorry, buddy, I didn't see you till right now. There. Now that won't come out of there. I've had that before. Okay. Try that again. Try that again. Here, watch this. Man, that thing is rude. They haven't even touched the needles aside from idle screws. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good, does it? What happened there? What's the applause now? I don't know. That don't look good. Oh, looks like the control arm popped off. That's weird. Looks like the little spacer popped out of it. I don't think that's going to be bad to fix, but another thing, this buggy never did get shook down a lot. So at least I didn't lose the axle. I wonder what popped out of there. He's sitting a little kitty wampus now. Better turn that off. This might be a minute. Thanks, WBL. Appreciate it, buddy. All right, see what happened. Pin's still there. Nothing broke. Oh, a little. Rear bumper piece is sitting really far back. That's odd. Ooh, that axle's wound into that. Oh, there it is. I think it chucked the axle and it pushed it right out. Is what happened. It chucked the axle, and when the axle came out, it got bound up in the control arm, and then it pushed the pin right out of the retainer. Bent my sway bar. Nice. That's not the end of the world. Yeah, both the little spacers in the control arm are gonzo. think I got spares. You guys you want to see the wall? So that's my nitro collection there. Hey BBT. So I got monster trucks. All the top is all buggies, all the way across the top. So that's all 1/8 buggies, and then it goes down from there. So then it goes JADOs, and then truggies. One of them's over there, and then more truggies all the way down, and then there's another truggy there, and then my 2 jamming truggies are down there, as well as a Kyosho. There's my Sen. These are all MGTs across here, and then these are Savages down here, and there's my LST, my USA 1, my 1/5, and then also I got a couple walls of shame on the ceiling. Yeah. I wonder what happened there. It looks like this piece is not sitting where it's supposed to. Let's get some power tools now. Pretty good HPI. I do trade some stuff, and I don't sell much. I like to trade more than anything. I'm in BC actually, but just on the other side of the Alberta BC border. Oh, somebody put double bushings in that one. That's weird. Why would they do that? It's like they put the bushing on one side that was supposed to be for the other side. And I don't think this bumper, that's why they did it. This bumper's not right. This bumper's missing a plate. That's why they put double spacers in there. I'm always interested in nitros, especially buggies. Let's have a look in the old Hyper 7 parts books. Hyper 8 parts books. This is all Hyper 8 parts. I'm gonna bet this spacer bar is supposed to be in there. Nope, that's not right. These must be for the front. Spare axles. It should have a cutout and a hole in it. Holder, front, aluminum, bottom. Love that I got all these extra parts. There's those spacers. I wonder if I put a Hyper 7 bumper on there, is that why that's all messed up? What do I do with the bumper? There it is. Should be specific plate on the back of that thing. Hey, Albert. Oh, bet you that's it. Yep. That's the right part. That'll fix that problem. That's probably why the friggin' thing's so squirrely. Because that back end was moving all over the place. Then I try and fit my fat fingers in there and put this stupid spacer in there. Where are my needle nose now? There we go. That's much better. Trying to hold three things at the same time and turn that, put that in there. There we go. There. Beautiful. Now this piece. That doesn't quite want to drop down in there. Maybe that's not right. Nope, that's a Hyper 7 bumper, I'm sure of it. You know, I could take the easy way and just go look at the other one. Oh, sorry. What's up? How do you get in contact with me? You can look me up on Facebook, John, if you want, and then just I'm in the Nitro Gang forum. Say public over. Public over. All one word. I'm probably the only one there. Boy, this is a thin plate. That is not the right part. That is not the right part for that. So it should be a thin plate with a notch out of it. That's all hot bodies. Yeah. That's not it. What is that? That's the steering plate. I guess I don't have one. Everything else but. Well, I probably would be, Don. What are you interested in trading for? That's the question. All right, HBI, thanks for coming, buddy. I think I might be at a standstill for parts for this anyway. I may have to make this piece fit this. Or I just put it back together the way the guy had it before. And order the right part. Jeez Louise. There. I don't know why I'm trying to do that with it up in the air like that. Use gravity in my favor. There. There. Both of those are back together. Where's that metal piece I just had? I think I might just make that part out of this other part. Because I don't think that's the correct bumper. I could take the one out of my other one and then mock it up to fit. If there was a way to retain this one, it would work. But I think this one, yeah, this one is the one for the front. It's the rear, and he drops down through two dowels, and then the screw holes go up from the bottom. So this is the one that this thing's sitting in the front right now. The problem is the screws don't line up with the case. I believe I can still buy Hyper 8 parts online. There's another one of the same front of the rear. Obviously, I don't have a problem with those ones. Oh well. That would work if I cut a notch out of it. That's off of hot bodies. Yeah, if I zip a little notch out of that, that would work perfectly. Yep, just gotta put a little groove in it. And that would go in there just about perfectly. And this would go in there like that. Actually, you know what? That'll work as it is. I'd like that to sit on there just a smidge further though. Let's see. Just gonna notch that out a little bit and that should fix that. That should work. That's hot now. Well, need to be a little bit wider. Perfect. Oh, that's so much better. There we go, fellas. Fixed. Shoot me a message, John, if you're interested, buddy. We'll talk. There, guys. Got that sorted. That shouldn't happen again now. It's even properly shimmed. Thanks, Hybrid. Appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, that went pretty good. Yeah. I'll have a look, John, after this. Thanks, buddy. There. That will come apart now. I bet you that'll handle way better. Because I think that had splayed the rear axle way out. That's why it was so dirty. There. We had a productive day. Should we try and run out the rest of the tank of fuel on that thing and see if we break something else or what? Let's see what else falls apart. See what happens. Probably something else will break, but hey, that's how you test that stuff. I caught the tripod. Just ran over a couple kids. Man, that thing's working like a champ now. Be out of fuel. There it is. Perfect. Destroyed those tires. Perfect. I think that's sorted. Man, what a beautiful day. Probably 20 degrees here. Crazy. There we go. I've used my golf cart to actually go down to the field to run nitros before. I just loaded them on my golf cart. You can drive them around town here. So yeah, it is. It's an '84 Yamaha, is what it is with a two-stroke. Man, I'm pumped. That thing ran perfect. No issues. I may put some shims in there just to tighten that up a smidge. I think some Savage Sims, those clip over ones would be perfect. Well, guys, I think that's long enough for today. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. I know it was a little bit of a tumultuous live with everything that happened with this thing today, but perfect. Ran out fuel perfectly. But we got lots done. We pulled that LRP apart, figured out what was wrong with it. We put the protec back together. We put an engine in this one, took the Pico out of it, and put this reds in there. So we got tons done. I'm super pumped how today went. So I will say thanks everybody for coming. Hopefully everybody had a good live today. I know I did. It was a super fun day. We got lots tidied up. This thing's a certified ripper now. If anybody watches that Newfie fella, the Islander, he's funny. He's a Newfie guy that I watch his stuff all the time. But yeah, she's a good runner now. I'm pretty happy with it. All right, everybody. You have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you all next week.